Welcome to another edition of Southland Chamber TV. I'm Dave Hinderleyer. I'm your host today, and I'm happy to bring you another edition of Reality Bites with a great business person here in the Southland, Dr. Randall. And Dr. Randall, you're going to tell everybody today who you are, what you're all about, and how the heck did we ever get here. So start off with your name, rank, and serial number.
My name is Dr. Randall Zwart. I'm a doctor of naturopathic medicine. I work here in Orland Park, Illinois, 60 Orland Square Drive.
Right near the beautiful studios of Southland TV.
Right down the street.
Yeah, it's awesome, isn't it?
It is. I'm here to tell you about what exactly a naturopath is. So a naturopath works on the muscles, ligaments, and tendons of the body, everything from head to toe. We're holistic. We don't do any prescriptions. It's all hands-on manipulation.
Very similar to the video industry, but different. No, what I wanted to say today is because you bring a different level of treatment to people, right?
Yes.
You help people in so many different ways. When they think of pain, they think of different ways of approaching it. So how do they think about you? How do you get in their minds to say, let me help you?
Usually I'm people's last resort. They've exhausted every other type of therapy before they have to go into any type of surgery. Then they don't want to do surgery, so they look around even more, and then they find me. When they come in to see me, they find out that I do a lot of stretches, trigger points, as well as the hands-on manipulation in order to alleviate a lot of the pain and discomfort that they're in.
So when you say manipulation,
Yes.
because that's always one of those things that goes through my mind. Manipulation means you're helping move their muscles,
ligaments, tendons, back to their proper resting position. A lot of times when you're in pain, the muscle is inflamed or it shifts out of the position it's supposed to be in. And then the body compensates by forcing you to alter the way you walk or hold yourself or move your arms or legs. And I have to bring that back to its proper positioning so you're out of that pain.
So how in the world did you ever get started in something like this? Did you have a background, a family or somebody that was involved, or how did this happen?
I'm the first one in my family to do this. I found this profession going back. I was actually going to be a physical therapist. And
makes sense.
Yes, after my first year of college, I found out it was a 3-year waiting list after the 2 years of your general education. And you had to stay a full-time student, so you're going to school an awfully long time. Well, as luck would have it, I guess you could say, when I came home from school my first year, I ended up injuring my back.
That's not lucky, Doc.
Well, it's lucky enough that I found this profession then.
Okay.
But I injured it. I was helping my dad and my brother. We were trimming our tree in the backyard. They asked me to hold the rope when they cut a branch so it wouldn't hit a shed.
Seems basic.
Right. I held the rope, and when the branch came down, the rope wrapped around my waist and shot me about 15 feet in the air.
I've seen that video.
Yeah.
On YouTube.
So when I swung back, I hit back first into the tree, and I kind of slid down the tree. So I went inside, and not thinking, I should have been icing my back, and I put heat on it for 3 days. Not something you want to do. By the third day, I couldn't get out of bed. So actually, my dad and my mom, who had been to a naturopath once before, they said, go see this guy, he'll fix you. And I said, what does he do? They said, just go to this guy, he'll fix you. I said, okay. So I went to go see him. Half hour later, I walked out, all the pain was gone. I couldn't believe it. So I looked him dead in the eye and I said, what did you do to me, and where do I go to learn this? Wow. So he gave me all the information, and here I am today.
My goodness. So that's a lot of knowledge that you have to gain, a lot of education. So where do you go to school to learn this?
It's called the College of Chicago National College of Naturopathic Medicine.
And that's the only one in the nation, or just in the Midwest?
It's the only one in Illinois. Okay. It's on the north side of Chicago. So it's on Milwaukee and Pulaski.
Okay. And they gave you the entire education that you needed, or do you have continuing education that you're required to go to, or how's this work?
Well, when I went there way back when, we only needed an associate's degree before you get into the 4-year program.
Okay.
Okay. Now, since then, if I believe it's correct, 'cause I still get updates from the school, I think they upped it to a bachelor's degree before you could get into the college now. And then once you get out, you take the state licensing exams, so now you're licensed in Illinois. And every 2 years, you have to have 30 credit hours in order to renew your license.
Okay, so you're continuously upgrading your skills,
Yes.
working on the education component, learning the stuff that they teach in China. You know, no, I'm teasing about that. But explain to me, or for our audience, how does that differ from chiropractic services, or does it? Or help me out.
It differs slightly from it. Chiropractors, I myself have never been to one, but from what I've heard from my patients that come to me, they treat more the spine and the bones. Naturopaths treat everything surrounding that, everything that attaches to the bones, and we treat the nervous system and everything like that.
Okay, but no meds.
No meds.
All right. So do you still use cold and heat, that sort of thing?
I do recommend that for my patients, usually after a treatment. I tell them, after your treatment for the next day or two, maybe even 3, depending on how severe it is, ice only. After that, you could alternate between ice and heat.
Okay, for equal amounts of time? Or,
Yeah, 10
okay.
minutes for ice, 10 minutes for heat.
Okay. So when someone has a problem and they say, what am I going to do because I can't walk, I can't get out of bed, can't get out of my chair, and they call you up, what's the process then that happens? Or do you have insurance coverage that's available, or how do people pay and how do they get treatment?
Well, people come and they have to make appointments, as everything's by appointment only. Payments are due at the time of treatment, and that's either cash, check, or charge. The receipt that I give my patients is actually an itemized receipt that they could then submit to their insurance.
Okay.
Most insurances do cover. HMOs unfortunately only cover if they get a referral from their primary doctor. PPOs, a lot of them do cover, and it just depends on how much they cover, what type of group plan you have. And then if your deductible is met, they'll reimburse you whatever percentage they cover. If the deductible hasn't been met yet, then it will be applied towards your deductible.
So you want to help people feel better,
Yes,
right? That's your number one goal.
it's my number one goal.
But then we have all these other things that get in the way of helping them feel better, which could be an impediment. Do you have a way that you can help people? Do you have staff that helps walk people through that so that they come to you and just treat me, doc, fix me, and then they kind of straighten that out? Or do you have to do that too?
I do all of it. I'm with the patient from the moment they walk in to the moment they leave.
So they can feel confident once they meet Dr. Randall. They've got a caregiver that cares.
Yes. I
Cool.
tell them.
That's a neat slogan. Is that on your card?
No, not yet.
No, okay, well, maybe it will be.
I tell all my new patients, I say, hopefully we get along because you got me from start to finish. I'm not one of the doctors that, all right, I'll see you the last 5 minutes and you're on your own the rest of the
Yeah.
time.
Neat. So, how long have you been doing this?
I've been
Seems
doing
like
this
a
for-
long-term program.
Yes, I graduated in the fall of 2000 and I got licensed in January, February of 2001. So I've been doing this since 2001, 16 years now.
Wow. Well, that's awesome that you've done that. You've never been to a chiropractor.
No, I have
But
not.
yet you understand what they do.
Yes.
So where does like sports medicine, I'm sure you treat athletes and stuff that have the aches and pains as they grow older and do more, like, you know, Mark here at the studio and myself, you know, as we exercise more.
Yes.
I think he exercises, I'm not sure, but if he does and he has a pain, what would he do, call you?
He would call me first and foremost so we could set up an appointment, get him in for a day and a time that works for him. And then when he comes in, if he's a new patient, I have proper protocol, paperwork for him to fill out first, so I have him in the system. And then I find out where his ailments are, when did it start, how long has it been going on for, and from there I would get him into the treatment room and then treat the area that he's complaining about.
Well, we know he needs treatment, but aside from that, I mean, anybody that says, you know, gosh, I just don't know what to do. I got this thing. I don't want to call my doctor. I don't want to. You want to be bothered, right?
Yes, I want to be bothered.
If somebody contacts you, you're going to help them.
Yes.
And you can relieve your experience was you got relief soon.
Yes, I was also
And first
18,
treatment.
so that helps
Oh,
when
wow.
you're younger.
Yeah.
Now it takes a little bit more.
Yeah. So, and is that the progression, that you come in your initial visit and you get a diagnosis, you evaluate and you do a diagnosis, and then you prescribe a process for helping them get better, or how's that work?
Well, when they come in, first time they come in, they do get a treatment. There's no consultation. I talk with them during that treatment, as well as treat the patient for the problem. What I have in my office is a mandatory follow-up within a week of the initial treatment. That way I could see how the treatment held for you and how long it held for you. Okay? By doing that, the body tells you how often you need to get treated. It's not the other way around.
Yeah.
I can't tell you I need to see you this many times when the body might only need 1 or 2 treatments.
Sure.
You know, and you do it kind of on a week-to-week basis. There are some extremes where, you know, we'll use somebody who was in a car accident, let's say. I might need to see them a little bit more, maybe twice a week. Very rarely do I say 3 times a week. All right. Normal people that come in with ailments, you know, I slept wrong, they might be a one and done. Come in, treat, call me when you need to come in. And then everybody else kind of falls into the line of once a week, once every 2 weeks. And I try to get everybody to a once a month kind of maintenance. That way you're coming in before something severe happens, or if something does happen, you're getting in right away to get it taken care of.
Good, good. So the fact that I got this little pain in my shoulder right now, that's something that I could just call you up, you'd get me in.
Absolutely.
And pretty much I could be pain-free possibly in the very near future.
Yes.
After that little episode or a little get-together.
Yes.
And I could see you later, or maybe not see you
Right.
again. So that's pretty cool, instead of the long drawn-out process.
Right.
So you mentioned before about referrals from physicians. How does that process work? Why would they refer you versus another type of physician?
Well, it's the thing that...
And this is your opinion.
Right, this is my opinion.
Yeah.
Most physicians won't refer to a naturopath because they want to keep it in their own network. So you as the patient would have to pretty much tell them, I really want to go see this doctor, and kind of force your way into getting the referral to me if you have HMO insurance.
Okay.
Okay.
So really it's that insurance side of it that makes that system
Right.
kind of harder to deal with.
Right.
So you have to be an advocate for patient rights as a patient. So they need to know you.
Right.
So how are you letting people know about you? You've been here for a while now. You've made inroads in the Southland. You're here by the Orland Mall. How do you get people to know about you?
The biggest way is word of mouth. When one patient gets better, other people see it, and then they talk about it. They might hand out my cards. I do Southland TV, Orland's Finest. He's helped out greatly in the past.
Awesome.
So I will continue working with him. And that's really the biggest way. I do have my name in the Dex Yellow Pages or on the internet. I have a website as well. But a lot of people are word of mouth. And I ask everyone that comes in, how did you hear about me? And they'll tell me, oh, I heard from this person, or I heard from that person.
Great. And then at the end of the day, do you get people that give you a nice testimonial, say, hey, I went to see Doc Randall. He got me here, he got me there. I mean, is that part of your portfolio as well?
Some people do give a testimonial. I do have some of my brochures that I have. But most people, they just see the difference. When a family member comes home and they were very grumpy or irritable prior to seeing me, and now they come home and they're actually happy and smiling.
Wow.
And they know they've been to see me.
That's the best testimonial I can think
Right.
of. Somebody leaves with pain and comes home smiling and happy. Well, Doc, you apologize for being casual, but you do a lot of great work for people in their worst situations, right?
Yes,
How
I
do you
do.
mentally deal with that? Because, I mean, that's not easy for you to take everybody's problems and then carry them on your own shoulders.
It's just something that you learn to do as time goes on. The hardest part starting out in this whole profession is trying to fix everybody 100% in one treatment. And that was one thing I had to work through was, I know I'm not going to get them 100% on the first treatment. So I had to learn, okay, we're going to have to do this in steps, and then as you go on, experience kind of takes over.
Yeah. So where do you see the future of your industry going? How do you see business continuing to evolve and grow in the future for you?
I see it always growing and improving. I'm always taking new patients because as I fix one patient, I need another one to come take their place.
Yeah, well, that's good. But they'll come back when they have another situation,
Right.
another situation, because it never ends, I guess.
Right.
Because as we get older, things
Right.
happen.
And I've had patients come back after 5-6 years and said, "Do you remember me?" And vaguely. It's been a while, but once I bring up their chart, then everything starts to click, and it's like they never left.
Well, as we wrap up today, and thank you for sharing with us here in the Southland, is there one last message you'd like to leave for the great folks here in Overland Park and the Southland region?
Take care of your health. Start your path to better wellness today.
Path to better well. I love that. All right, Doc. You're doing a great job. Keep it up, man.
Thank you very much.
Continue on. Thank you.
Thanks.
There are many ways to showcase your product and service, but if you focus on the effectiveness of the medium, video marketing is a wise decision. In fact, people these days are shifting from audio and text to video. And with social media making it easier for you to share and post the video, it's definitely a must-do marketing strategy. Southland TV knows that the goal in marketing is to gain brand recognition, so your company has to be remembered. We also got some numbers for you. People have been shown to remember 10% of what they hear, 20% of what they read, but 70% of what they see and hear. It's like no-brainer. Now, let's get you started on a standout video which we will produce. Southland TV is the first online video magazine of its kind for the South Suburbs. Call us at 708-289-0221 or visit our website for more details.